Friday Night Confessions.
Welcome to Kimbition. This is Friday Night Confessions for the collective. So Friday nights will be a collective message for everyone. And the focus is confessions. Let's see what the collective has to confess. We're starting with the heart's hidden secret. See who needs to confess something from their heart. Spirits, angels, universe, God, tap me into what the collective needs to confess this Friday night. What is the secrets? What do people need to realize and accept and deal with? Okay, confusion, lusting, and beauty. And that's from our hidden hearts. Hidden hearts, hearts, hidden secrets. Okay. So with these three cards out only, you need to admit you're confused. I have the collective here who is not admitting some level of confusion, possibly about a lustful relationship, meaning they think it's going to go somewhere and it's really not going anywhere, and you're confused, thinking it could be somewhere because they're so beautiful, because they're so charming. Right? That's what these three cards tell me. Now we're going to move on to further clarifiers for this reading with messy truth. Messy truth. Because definitely we're leading down to need some truth here. Burn the bridge. Okay, it could be with somebody that you have disconnected with. This gets juicier. What else? What is the collective message here? The tea is cold now. Oh. Okay. With that said, we're going to keep going. I've got a couple of oracle decks here to get to the juice of this situation. The next one is what lies beneath. Hidden futures. Excuse me. I can tell it's Mercury retrograde. I can't speak. Hidden futures oracle cards. Let's see about that. What messages do we got? We're going to put this scenario together. Love story. Once upon a time. Okay. So yeah, this was somebody you were once upon a time in love with, and there was a betrayal, deceit, some type of not to be trusted. And that bridge was burned. It's cold now. This is not somebody you've talked to in quite some time, collective. This is not somebody that you just broke up with. This may be a couple people back. Next, we're going to go into the next to the last deck that I have for this reading, and that's Soul Whispers Oracle cards. Okay. And you're confused now because maybe they're talking to you. Let's see. I'm reading into that. Let's see. Let's get more. Are they trying to come back? They were something you felt like you lusted over. They were charming or handsome or beautiful. And you're like, they don't want anything serious. That's what I'm getting. Spirit, angels, universe, tell me the collective. What message are we getting for this collective for Friday Confessions? Excuse me. Oh my gosh, I'm having technical difficulty. Breakthroughs. Having mystical and satori experiences, allowing your magic to create in life, true self begins to emerge. Yeah, so you've been on a healing journey, or they have. It's kind of hard to say. Let's go further. Child soul, adapting to the rules of life, lessons, social structure, rules, roles, traits, discipline, dutiful tradition. Okay. So your person, and you can take this as it resonates if it's you, but in this breakup period, your person has been connecting and having breakthroughs to issues they've had since their childhood. That's what's been going on since the break, after this love story you had between each other where there was betrayal. You chalked it up as they were confused, I was confused, it was all lust, it was all about how good looking or beautiful they were. This is an old relationship. You thought that bridge was burned, okay? That's the story that's out here on the table. Now we're going to use the final deck that I'm going to use for this reading, and that's Messages of Cosmic Oracle Cards. For those out there looking for decks, everything I use, I recommend for a different reason. I might start doing videos on that. I haven't decided. Okay, so we've got give your inner critique a vacation day. Be kind to yourself. Yeah, so I see that you're going to be very, very hard on yourself about how this was handled. About maybe wanting to talk to them because you just feel like there was such a connection and you're like, oh, but I shouldn't. Look what they did to me. Yeah. And the other message is you must forgive if you want to be free. Do it for yourself. So yeah, so at best, you're being guided to forgive this person. To forgive this person for whatever they did. You know, don't be hard on yourself. Forgiveness is for you, not for them. Kind of getting that message here. Yeah, and then I also got stay present. That's where life happens. So they're basically saying, don't go back to the past. Let go of the past. Forgive the past. Maybe take what they're bringing now to decide about what to do. Let's see what they're bringing now to make a decision on what to do with this. What's the final advice for our collective for this confessions? The confessions here. The confessions of the collective on this Friday night. All right, that's all. Up. Okay. Stop giving away your power right now. Okay. All right, so let's put these confessions all together now. We're going to put these confessions together. First of all, with the first deck here that we had, this is the Hearts Hidden Secrets. Sorry about that. Okay. You're confessing that you're uncertain, you're unclear, you're unsure about something in your life. Confusion, right? And when the second card comes out, lusting, it's like you're not sure if something is lusting, if something is forbidden to you, if something really is just sexual, non-committal. Okay, but you're not admitting this to yourself. That's your confession. And maybe the beauty card, it could say a couple of things in this pattern of these three cards. It could talk about that you are confused about whether you are beautiful enough versus whether or not you lusted after this person because of how they looked and not how they treated you, not what they wanted, not what they brought to the table, etc. Right? Then we did the next deck with the messy truth here, and we got burn the bridge. The tea is cold now. So burn the bridge means you thought you've seen this person that you're, trying to confess to yourself that you don't want to admit you're thinking about, that you don't even want to, you don't. Because remember, this is confessions. This is stuff you don't want to tell people, you don't want to admit to. And you're like, why am I even thinking about this person? This person is long gone. This was unrepairable. There's no way back. We said our final goodbyes. This is also, not only do you think that, but it has not happened recently. This could have been a year ago. This could have been a couple years ago. The tea is cold now. There's no more drama over it. It's past. It's expired. Why is it coming up that I'm thinking about this person? But you are. So what I asked the cards was, what has this person been doing in this separation? Because you're battling with yourself, not wanting to admit how lustful you were after them, how you adored them in some way, and how you're trying to just convince yourself that, yes, over. Why am I even thinking about it? So I want to know what this person, what this person was doing. They're having breakthroughs. So your person had issues that you may not be aware of, is the confession that I'm getting for your person. Something that goes back to childhood, okay? And they're having breakthroughs and they're showing growth. See this? They're having growth. They're becoming something since you guys have been in separation, okay? And then I was like, well, what was this person to the collective? That's what I asked this deck. And it was a love story. This is somebody you were romantically involved with, someone you thought might have been your forever person, but it ended in betrayal, some type of backstabbing, deceit. Something wasn't trusted. Whether they walked away, they ghosted you, they found somebody else, they put you in a third-party situation. That's what happened. And then with the final deck, I wanted just to know, like, any final details, any advice. And the final details are, you must forgive if you want to be free. Do it for yourself. So there is some telling me you have some bitterness about this connection. That's how you're going to know this is your reading. And you're being guided to forgive, to let it go. Don't be hard on yourself. You're very hard on yourself, maybe for allowing this person in your life, maybe because they're coming back around, and you're hard on yourself because you're allowing them to talk to you again, and they're not even giving you an apology. I'm kind of getting a little bit different side note depending on where you're at in this collective. Most of you are trying to forgive, either because they've contacted you or just because you want them off your mind. You're being hard on yourself because it's like, this is so long ago. Why am I thinking of this? You are being guided to stay present because that's where life happens. Don't go back to the past. It's fine. Deal with it. Move forward. Keep moving forward. And that, your final piece of advice, stop giving away your power, because you do that when you question things and obsess about things rather than live your life. That's the message here. No matter, it's not to say you can't think of things, have thought processes, but don't live in any kind of repetitive, ongoing, obsessive thing with somebody. And I see you hard on yourself about that because you shouldn't be, but it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. I'm just saying we all have their tendencies to do these things. It all happens to all of us, but don't keep it there. Get back with the present. What are your current options? If this person is talking to you, get the forgiveness, get the closure that you may need. Talk to them. It doesn't say don't talk to them. They actually might want to share with you some growth stuff that they have going on. They might want to come back in. It seems like very friend-like. Yeah, it looks like they're going to be contacting you is what I have here. So that's what I have for Friday Night Confessions. I hope this resonated with a lot of you. If not, please comment what you'd like to see more of. No problem there. Like, comment, subscribe, and share.